Hey, y'all, it's Pam. I am checking in because it occurred to me when I looked at my wall calendar over there that we are coming up on the last third of the year. The cool thing about that is it's not the last quarter, it's still the last third. So there's a few weeks, couple weeks to get some things done before that third quarter wraps up. And we're down to the last quarter to finish up on all of those great intentions we had at the beginning of the year. So I wanted to jump in because, from a finance perspective, this is a great time to start thinking about things. So you know now whether or not you're going to have a profit at the end of the year. And although a lot of people will jump on and say to you, oh my gosh, if you're going to have a profit, then spend, 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 spend. But what I'm going to challenge you to do here in just a little activity I'll ask that you take away with you here today, just to help with taxes next year and minimizing the burden, is take a look at everything you've made and spent so far this year and try and make an estimate of what you think that's going to look like for the next 4 months, September, October, November, December. You'll be able to get a pretty good guess at it. You know your business pretty well. And see if at the end of the year, when you add up all of the money you've made and subtract all of the expenses from your business, if you think you're going to come out with a net positive amount. So as an example, if you've made $100,000 this year and you spent $80,000 in expenses, then you're going to end up with what's called a $20,000 profit. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say to you, run out and spend that money. But what I am going to do is say, sit back and think strategically about what you are getting ready to do in your business, maybe even next year. And two big, huge cautions. One is if you have the cash flow to afford it, and if it's something you really need to do to grow your business anyway, then it might not be a bad idea to start lining things up so you spend that money in the rest of this year instead of waiting until next year. It's always best to minimize your taxes in the current year unless there's some very specific reason to wait. And I know a lot of people are talking about the impact of Trump on the tax code, but the truth is when you talk to all of the experts, the ones who are really experts and not just political mouthpieces, the experts say we have no idea what's going to happen with taxes. And whenever we're in a year where we have no idea what's going to happen to taxes, the rule of the land here is, or the rule of Pam here is, try and minimize your tax burden this year. So that's my caution to you. You've got about 4 months left in the year. So I would use this last month of the third quarter to get yourself all ready to think about what you might want to do in the fourth quarter. So step one is look at everything you've earned and spent to date. Step two is take a guess at what you're going to earn and spend in the next 4 months, September through December. Add those two together, see if you're going to end up the year with a profit. And if you are, the third step is to think strategically about what you may be able to do to spend money this year that you otherwise might have waited to spend next year. But two huge cautions. One, don't spend it if you don't have the cash. Period. End of story. Don't go into debt to do this. I don't recommend that. Some do, but I don't. And the second is only spend it on stuff that you truly need for your business, that you would have been buying anyway in the first quarter next year. So those are the second third of the year tax tips to prepare you for the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, I hope you all had a great Labor Day vacation. Continued thoughts going out to Houston as they start to climb out of things, and then to prayers also for the East Coast, who I guess is now preparing for Irma. So that's the scoop. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you all very, very soon.